Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear student, Assalamu alaikum. Heartiest welcome for the newcomer student in 2020 and 21 session. I congratulate all of you who have admitted in our college. Also, thanks to your guardian to select our college as your first choice. Dear student, it is my introducing class. I will introduce with you and myself with your text. I am Manjurul Haq, lecturer of English, Sonar Bangla Degree College, Batajur, Bhalu, mymensingh. Dear student, I think all of you are safe and sound, hale and hearty by the mercy of Allah and by following the rules of health and hygiene. Dear student, all of you have known that we are passing through an epidemic time, a devastating time in our life. All kinds of activities of our life is going to be stopped. But our government is very conscious about the future of our generation, coming generation like you. So the government have announced, has ordered to take online class so that the learners can keep contact with the text, can get inspired to go with the text. I am going to take a online class. It is my first class. I will introduce with you with the text. Like as your previous classes, you have also a board textbook. Your English is divided, are recommended in two parts, first paper and second paper. For first paper, a board textbook is recommended. It has 15 units. Today, I am going to discuss with you with unit 1, lesson 1 and 2 in brief. Let us discuss. Dear learners, if you open unit 1, lesson 1, you can see the image or picture of 4 different types of people. Do you know who are they? Why are they world famous? Let us discuss in brief. The first picture is about Nelson Mandela. He was the former president of South Africa. He was the winner of most prestigious Nobel Prize in Peace. He was an apartheid fighter. He had fought for the rights of black people throughout his life. For his fighting, he had been kept behind the prison for 27 years. At last, he was able to come out from the prison and was elected as a president of his own country. Dear student, at present, he was considered as one of the greatest leaders in his country as well as the world. Now come to the second picture. I think all of you have known a lot of him. He is very familiar to you. He is our national poet, Kazi Nazrul Islam. He came from very simple stage of his life. He was also known as rebel poet. At an early stage, he had lost his parent and he had to struggle hard. He worked as a day laborer, as an ordinary soldier and so on. For his sufferings and miseries, he was also known as Dukhumia. The third one is our national bona fide politician, Maulana Abdul Hamid Khan Bashani. He has a great contribute for our independence. For his sacrifice for this country and for these people, he was known as Muslim leader Maulana Abdul Hamid Khan Bashani. Now the fourth one. My dear learners, at the age of multimedia, at the age of mobile technology, I think all of you have known a lot of him. He is Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft. At present, he was the richest man in the world. He leads many charity hospitals for the AIDS and cancer patient people in different parts of the world. For his contribution for the suffering people, he was world famous. He became world famous. Dear learners, if we go forward in the text, at first we can see a word. The pronunciation of this word is Reuters. Do you know what is Reuters? I think at the age of multimedia or global technology, you have known a lot of different kinds of news agencies such as Animal Planets, Star Post, CNN, etc. Reuters is one of the most worldwide, trusty and dependable news agencies of the world. In the previous time, even at present, if anyone want to get a dependable and trusty news about any kinds of facts in the world, like as warfare, incident, discover, or any matter, the people usually depend a few news agencies such as BBC, Voice of America, Reuters, CNN, Al Jazeera, etc. Dear student, what we learn from the Unit 1 Lesson 1? We learn about 4 world famous people and their life story. And we come to know about the most trusty, famous and dependable world news agencies of this world. Let us discuss about Unit 1 Lesson 2. The title of this unit is Unforgettable History. Dear student, history means that those kinds of events that was happened in previous time in our life. Some are forgettable and some are unforgettable. Some are pleasant and some are unpleasant. But the most and very significant incident in the history of our life, in the history of our nation, is the speech of 7th March in 1971 of our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. At a very crisis moment, he has given his unforgettable speech. This speech was declared as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. This speech inspired all kinds of people of all classes to engage themselves in freedom fighting, to sacrifice their life with smile, to sacrifice all their belongings for the betterment, for the welfare of independence. At the last stage of the speech, he declared the independence. The struggle is time for democracy or independence. This time is for emancipation. By this declaration, we engaged ourselves with full effort. This speech inspired the people. This speech is the lamppost for our freedom fighters. As long it is usually said that if this speech has not given, if the Declaration of the Independence has not given, the fight of independence will not be happen. Another word we can say that if the birth of the father of the nation of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman of our nation will not be happen, the independence is never been possible. So it is not forgettable in our life. As long as the nation of Bengali will remain in the world, the speech of 7th March will announce time to time forever According this, for his importance, in every year, every 7th March, this speech has announced. The speech has announced in all over throughout the country. Even at this time, after the long days of our independence, even this record of this speech have heard, we inspire, we become alert. It is our lamppost in every kinds of crisis, every kinds of sufferings, every kinds of disaster. So, dear student, we never forget, we can never forget the speech of 7th March. We never ignore the significance of the speech of 7th March. So, dear learners, as a nation of Bengali, we can be proud. We can feel proud that our speech, our independence declaration has been worldwide recognized. So, dear student, what is the output of the discussing of Unit 1 and Unit 2? We can learn about some different world famous people of the world, and we have learned about our unforgettable history, the speech of 7th March of our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. So, dear student, as a student, we want to go a far way. We want to be successful in our life. At first, we have to fix a goal, select an ideal person, because there is a proverb: a man without a dream or without a goal, like a boat without a rider, cannot go his destination. So, dear student, first of all, you have to select an ideal person. You have to fix a dream and then work according to the way of their life. As a student, you can fix any one of them as your ideal person, especially the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, because the ways of his working, the ways of his success is the punctuality, honesty and loyal to work. Any kinds of conspiration, any kinds of temptation cannot touch him. He is above all kinds of temptation, conspiration or illegal work. So we can set up as our goal, as our ideal person, and we want to be a man like the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Dear student, all of you have known that we are passing through an epidemic time, a heroic time. Due to COVID-19, our life is going to be stopped. It seems to be stopped, but is passing away in its own march. We should not remain pass our time. We should not pass our time in idleness, in motionless. We have to keep contact with the study, because student life is this time of preparation, time for any kinds of situation. So you have to prepare always yourself for any kinds of situation in next. Dear student, at first you have to gather your board textbook and keep contact with the study, and watch my online class. That will enjoy my class, and that will help you to go through with your study. I will take another class very soon. Invite all of your friends to watch my Facebook live class or recorded class, and that will help you, that will benefit you in your study. Dear student, I will finish my class here. Till then, Allah Hafiz.